What are mush bars made out of? Water and... Wait, can I just make mush bars? Dirt? Do I not have dirt? Oh. It's disabled. Enable. Well, I should have done mush bars. I kind of forgot about mush bars. Load. Let's go ahead and load game. I could have been doing mush bars. I completely forgot about mush bars. All right, let's try this again. We're not completely screwed. Enable building. Let's go to make mush bars. Problem is water. That's kind of the major situation here. Because we don't have access to water. And this is very germy water. But this is the best we've got. Okay. Oh, that's a problem and a half. We're being blocked by the pump. Okay, well... Right, go ahead and deconstruct this. Yeah, the issue I suspect is water. Right, we can still buy time. Go ahead and attack that. We got a few Paku there. Attack, attack, attack. Okay. Salt water. I don't want salt water. Building, dying. All right, hold on for that. If it is any consolation, heat is usually the last enemy people learn to deal with. Once you sort it out, you should be able to reach endless cycles. You're close. Yeah, it's just the first. I don't like being set up for failure. It's my major gripe with games. We have no access to this because I'm a dum-dum. We need to build that because otherwise we can't make it. Like, my main issue is just like, I don't like the thing where it's like, but how was I supposed to know this? Oh no, you were supposed to lose. Haha. It's just very asinine. Like, it's a very, and then you just keep repeating that process. And I am not the type of person who has like an abusive relationship with games. I like games in the vein of like board games in D&D. Where you know, there's some advanced mechanics and strategies. I'm not asking the game to play for me, but I am asking for the game to actually explain how the game works and give me tools to actually progress. We might have to put this lower given the amount of water we're using. And we can do this. Deconstruct this. Like, yeah, I feel ya. I think it's reasonable, relatable. They really don't. They really throw us in the pit. See, I'm gonna push back on that. It's not even they throw you into the pit. They set you up to fail. Like, they're literally throwing you into a situation where if you win, it's by sheer luck and accidental, like not tripping on the wires. Like, I'm a big fan of the first Armored Core. And if you ever played Dark Souls 1, it's the same thing. You get thrown in, and they don't tell you anything. All you know is the controls. But if you know the controls, you can win that fight. In Armored Core, the very first Armored Core, you could, and in Dark Souls, you can win that fight because it is doable. There's no hidden mechanics. There's no secret formula. There's nothing hidden from you. There's not anything they're not telling you where you cannot win, right? And that is, I just feel like, not the case here. Are the pipes blocking me? It's probably the pipes. Let's see if they can deconstruct that. Like, one thing is to throw someone into the pit. Another thing is to literally not, like, explain your game to people. Oh, okay, so you just went down there and gathered water for the, Okay, so I don't actually need any of this. Because you can just go in there. Oops, let me cancel that. And I've always had this gripe with games. Because RimWorld doesn't explain a lot of things to you, but they're not a problem unless you don't play it. If you play it like on a medium difficulty or in a lower difficulty, they're not a problem. Because on lower difficulties, the stakes are less. And it becomes, what are we missing here? Dirt? Do we not have dirt in the base? We don't have dirt in the base. Cool. Cool. When you're mining dirt so you don't die. Oh man, that's a situation. Yeah, but to be honest, if you're told everything you need to know from the start, I wonder how many people would really be able to stick through the tutorial. Like, see, I'm not asking, like, for example, if I throw temperature, just give me some temperature arrows. Tell me where temperature is flowing from. Like, it's the same thing with these doors. I fat-fingered this door. If I do locked, this shouldn't stay grayed out. This should be like red, white, red and green explaining. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not asking them to tell me every aspect of the game, but I am asking them to arm me with a certain level of knowledge. Like the Paku situation about it filtering water. That's not here. Like, I'm not asking for hand-holding. I am asking you to give me somewhat of a semblance of the rulebook. Let me put it this way. If I, as a D&D GM, if I GM'd how this game GMs, no one would play with me. Zero. That is my perspective. If I ran games, because Oxygen Included, you can say, oh, well, it has people. Oh, you're stranded. Whoopsies. Let me go ahead and put back the, like if I waited to be this far in and be like, oh, what's wrong? Well, I don't know what's wrong. You got to figure it out. You know how many times, if I wasn't streaming, how many times I would have died and how many colonies I would have gone through before I kind of figured things out? Because that's the thing with failure. Like, so failure is a great learning tool. That's why there's this concept of fail fast. Fail like quickly and fast so you can find, troubleshoot. But where's water? We gotta put the pump back in. Oh, I could just put it here, realistically speaking. Deconstruct. And we need to hook this up again. Sure, why not? We can fix it better later. Priority 9. Like, I understand that some people might really like the whole I lose and I go through everything again, blah, 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 right? But that's not most people. And also, I need dirt. And also, just because those people would not have less fun if there was just better tooltips and better explanation of things. Because the core game would still be intact. All right, I don't know where dirt is, but I need to drill for it hard. Okay, cool. There's some up here. I've got hope. That's hope. And then this. Because the people don't need to use the tooltips. You know what I mean? Like the people who want to have their super hardcore experience, don't tell me anything about the game. They can choose not to use this. They can choose not to use the temperature. You know what I mean? No one's forcing them to be, it's not a requirement. The tools you choose to use during your play, it's like some people it's like when Skyrim people, want to go melee only. And unfortunately, most people have resulted to be building a mod. The fact that Skyrim doesn't have decent melee builds is a crime to this day. Also, this should be deactivated. Disable building. We should not be using this. I forgot to turn that off. You know what game has this? I've been playing Crying Suns, and Crying Suns, dear God. And I went to the achievement list. And completed all levels on easy or normal with the first ship in the game. What is that? Well, you know what? That was my fault. I can't even blame the game on that one. We're going to have to do a lot of cleanup. That I'm not going to mulligan. That was 100% my fault. The classic, exactly. I was so focused on getting that dirt for food, for mush bars, that I did not realize that I have just flooded my base. It's okay. We will survive that. Okay. Polluted oxygen, all that jazz. Right. Well, now our colonists have stuff to do, I guess. All right. Get to it. Gotta earn that food, I guess. All right, we can go ahead and wrangle that. We managed to stop some of it, at least. That I am not going to mulligan, because that was 100% my fault. Right, get to it. Starvation. We have mush bars being made, right? Okay. Yeah, I know, not great. Not great. All right, there's 2 people starving, but I don't know why they're not making mush bars. Uh-oh, that's not good. Can I get Pacu fish? No, they're too young. Well, we might lose here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just keep making. Just make food. The tooltips a matter of writing for a month. You just bring up the veteran Oni players or content creators. I mean, I'm sorry, but, you know, how can I say this? We already went through this with Bethesda. Like, we went through this with Bethesda where, like, oh, modders will fix it. Like, I think that the day of that mentality, that, you know, and I understand that this is an indie company. It's not the same. And I understand that. But I just don't think as a overall community we should be... Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. We got a berry coming in. This is starting to stabilize. We might be just okay. Assuming that person who's starving. We got meal ice. We got no one starving. All right. We'll clear this out. All right. We do this. So, you know, we went through this with Bethesda where we gave them a lot of slack and found their lack of, you know, completing a game adorable, cute, and precious, and came to bite us. All right, that's all the stuff. Now we just need to sweep it. What do we got here? Rocket revenue farming, digging, building, researching, +1. I'm going to go ahead and reject all. Give me the next one. Right. I don't know. Let me check here some party schedule. Right. Okay. The origins of horse armor? Yeah. Yeah. I saw the video of Josh Strife Hayes. Bethesda gave us horse armor. Okay. Yep. I think we'll be fine. I think we're on the up now. This is starting to balance out temperature-wise. This water loop is really working well. Temperature of the water is okay. You got food, so we're back in it. This is your first colony? It's pretty good for your first colony. I like to think so. Not sure how true that is, but I like to think so. The thing is that I had heard stories. And I think my estimation is that the classic first player mistake is to take too many duplicants. So for a very long time, I've only had 4 to 6 duplicants. It's only somewhat recently, around cycle 3 something, that I extended 6 to like 12 or 8 to 12. But I've been taking duplicants at a very slow rate. It is cycle 439, so... I would think that the colony killer, and I knew heat was the slow killer. It was really, really unfortunate that I put my crops so close to the vent because I hadn't revealed it yet. I hadn't seen it. So I started like on this side. I started on this side, and then slowly I just realized that's a steam vent. Okay, I'm going to ignore that for a bit. And then just progressively, it just got worse and worse. Not to mention my frustration with the game itself. Just having everything hidden. When I say everything, I mean some pretty important things. Like power is a pain. I had to look at how to do the SPOM, and then what is the math of it, and then struggle with that. Okay. So water is back to a decent temperature, thankfully. Air is coming out underneath, so the air didn't really... Okay. I can't believe we don't have much dirt on in the base. We gotta move everything up. Okay. Because if I'm going to do the mushroom thing, I'm going to need suits. I don't want to make another suit, and I can't do it down here, so... 16 water tile ranch. It's funny how removing starvation ranching mechanics and adding critter playgrounds made Paku Ranch designed, all converting it to 16 tile design. Kinda sad in a weird way. I just feel, I could be wrong, but I think that, and this is just me having less than, how many hours do I have in this game right now? This is me having less than 60 hours. I'm at 57.9. But it just seems to me that the biggest enemy in the game is patience. Because if you were to stay with very small colony for a very long time, technically you would never lose. It just seems that battling stagnation is the biggest problem with this game. And that is not a good thing to say about the game. Like, when it's fun, it's fun. But boy, are there times you're just like, man, I just want to do something. I could be wrong. That might be too much of a nihilistic attitude or too harsh on the game. Because the game is fun. And building things and figuring out how to build them is fun. But like the haul, I wish they could haul more. Like, for example, the hauling takes way too long. And there are times when you're just waiting for them to get other jobs done. Let me go ahead and sweep. Is this sweep? Sweep. Go ahead and get that. Right, so we'll do it around here. Which means I'll have to do a high level. Right, like if I do something like this. Right, I kind of like that. And then go ahead and dig this. Problem is getting the air up here is going to be a pain. Well, at some point the game starts being a race for survival and more become a game whether you're adding handicaps to yourself, like starting on a harder asteroid, or you're trying to build a cooler design instead. Maybe. I just feel like they could lean in more to the exploration aspect of the game, and the game would be better for it. Like, if I could get through this base building first, get a rocket and go off, and maybe explore more things, or more things happen, or add story to the events. Like, maybe I say this cautiously because I might be in the minority for that. Like, maybe most Oxygen Not Included players wouldn't want that. But I feel like if they could haul more and do some of the more tedious tasks faster, and they added like getting the rocket ship and going to explore other planets and maybe added more stuff and more exploration stuff, like alternate dimensions and I don't know, like whatever fancy, whatever they could come up with and be happy with. Right, we're going to dig this out. Like so. But again, I'm probably in the minority of that. All right, I see bars. My impression is that Oni community is generally all for the building and designing things. If they hate the tedious tasks and stuff, they start adding mods. Okay, fair. See that's not a selling point. This is the whole Bethesda argument again, using mods to solve the problem. Like, not a fan. And yeah, Spaced Out DLC added to make the rocket part easier to get into and faster to start. You should see base game rocketry, yeah. I just need to, I think, research nuclear radiation, and that's a whole, and the game does not explain to me radiation well, so I need to go read a guide. I'm just trying to get a certain level of stability before I continue. The base game rocketry is truly cursed. Well, part of the reason why it took so long to even start playing the game was because there was no end game. My perception was that the end game was the rocket. But I don't know how true that was. I don't know how true that is now, let alone then. Well, just check your radiation overlay and you'll see if you have something right. Yes, I do. It's right here. Uranium. I already checked that. I haven't touched it. It's right there because I'm too terrified to deal with it right now. It's right there. It's just encompassed in abyssalite, the way I like it. Right, so I need to get this vent up here. Well, not how I really wanted to do it, but... Right. We'll do this then. Cancel. Vent. Well, that's really two things that you should know about training. The science stats makes them learn skill faster, and running on manual trains their athletics operating ridiculously fast. You can max out in 100 to 200 cycles. Correct. Once they level up doing the task, they don't go back. I tried to replicate the mopping strength trainer, but it is not going well even with copied build, so I can't personally recommend it or any other trainer methods. That may be a pain. It's fine. I was just wondering overall. So once we get the carbon dioxide in here, and here it comes. Right, so we can start planting. Let's do our first fungal spore. Plant. What do we need? Maximum temperature, 35, atmosphere, carbon dioxide, slime. Right, stairs. Whoopsies. Right. Okay, we gotta deconstruct this. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Alright. Those things are taller than I expected. We'll probably have to move the vent to boot. I could probably just get away with the ground here, right? Right. That's probably what I should do. Let's go ahead and deconstruct all these. And we'll put them one floor lower, which isn't going to be too... I mean, I'm willing to go more low, but that's fine. Let's see if I were to do here, 1, 2, here, 1, 2. Hold on. This would be the lowest I would go, right? So here, 2, here, 2. Right, okay, cancel all this. Yeah, sorry guys. Start there. We'll put this here for now. Gotta rebuild those. Gotta plan out just in case for expansion. Okay, yep. Plant. Let me catch up here. Just don't forget to take your dupe off of it. They're specific feats only the machine can give. Been there, yeah. Oh, because you need to manually take them off? They'll starve to death on the chair? All right. So you've planted it. What are we missing? Plot farm. Farm plot improper. No liquid intake. Okay. What liquid do you drink? Radiation, darkness, temperature, air, carbon dioxide, liquid. But what liquid? Must be... Is it any liquid? Can I get some help here? Because I think these reads say when there were reeds, it was like only polluted water. Dustcap only eats slime, but there's no slime pipe. It's saying improper. Oh, maybe it just needs to be, maybe they just need to go there and put slime in. Maybe that's what's going on. Slime is a solid. Right. Well, we'll see. Let's see if they put in slime. I have slime. I know for a fact I have slime. All right. We'll see. You can click on the farm tile, then errand tab. Errand. Where's the errand tab? You can click on the farm tile. Material, config, blueprint, errands. Available errands. Technically, polluted water, off-gas slimes are a bit advanced and they're able to easily use in a slot. A lot of asteroids just have a lot of slime. So the dupe will pick the errand to supply slime. Okay. We can wait it out a bit. See if they figure it out. Like, I do have caps. So there is that. I saw a cap there. Farm plot inoperable. Growth halted. By clicking on see all, check the resources. I might just not have caps. Maybe I've cooked them all. But I saw a cap actually there. I know I had them all to cook, but if not, we can go look for one. There's got to be one on the map somewhere, right? Right? If not, I'll just wait for the game to give me one. Let's see. There's one there, which I could go hunting for. There was one on the ground I saw before that maybe they cooked it. Maybe, might be that they're all inoperable. Why are they would be inoperable? Like, did I make them? Because as long as you stand on them, you can operate them. Let's take a look here. Disable building. Let's see here. How do I see all my resources? Let's take a look. What is it? Cap? Is that what it is? Maybe I just don't have any caps. Maybe they just cooked the last one. Fried mushroom, though. That's fried mushroom. Where's the raw food? Mushroom. 0 cows. I probably just don't have any mushrooms. That's probably what happened. Would be my guess. Another thing you can do is try to build pipes in the farm, even if they're empty. Might be that they're inoperable. I think it's because the hydroponic farms need to get irrigation from the pipes. And you won't build the pipes on them. Okay. Right. Let me check here something. If that's the case, should I be building tile farms instead? Let me check here. Maybe I should build tile farms. Let's try that. They planted them. They're just grayed out. Okay, we'll build the pipe. It's going to be hilarious. If just like, we'll try building pipes and see what happens. The pipes don't even need to be built. The pipes don't even need to be built. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, should I just substitute for these then? Does it really matter? But what's best practice here? What is best practice here? Like what would the pros do? Less confusing if you just use regular farm tiles. Okay. So let's go ahead and deconstruct all that and then cancel that. You know what I should really do? What I should really do is build these farms and build the pipes anyways. That's what I should do. Just out of sheer spite.